All right, looking like a plow through unless Anatan can start to mount a defense real soon. He is on crash course for elimination here. Game number 3. If Wham wins this, he is through. But it is Roos versus Delhi, which can be a funky matchup, especially on a map like this. Himeyama time for game number 3. Winner of this series, remember, will be going up against B in our grand final showdown. Interesting pick into Delhi as well. I've been liking them on this type of map just because of the freedom with which they can play for the central pond control, especially against an opponent like Roos. Roos don't really typically go for that fishing because of how expensive it is to get those boats out. Double hunting cabin beginner though, and he got blessed, endowed with a big wood line. Yeah, the conjoining of the two is actually really good here. It's usually a bit tricky to get valuable hunting cabin placements on Himeyama, but fortune favors the Roos. Yeah, like, look here. If you went for this, you could kind of trim part of this tree line, but you wouldn't get the full value. And all this talk about shootouts. Yeah, I don't know. Like, in football, I think shootouts... Some people... Okay, so here's how football in penalty shootouts work. Endorphin rush is incredibly high when your team wins. But when your team loses, you immediately have that sobering feeling of it's the dumbest thing ever. Penalty shootouts is basically, like, in terms of sport mechanics happening, the clearest like comparison to gambling you can think of. When you're winning, it is epic and the best thing ever, and it's incredible. And then when you lose, it's like, what have I done? What did they do? Why do we have this? It's dumb. Why? It's so ridiculous how polarizing penalty shootouts can feel. Like, yes, I get like winning versus losing. Okay, KP, of course people are upset when they win or lose, but it's to an extreme with penalty shootouts that I don't think you see in any other element of the sport or many other sports. Better than flipping a coin to determine the winner? Oh my god, don't get started on that. Wait, I remember we had that in Dota 2. We legitimately had that in Dota 2, and I think it was either an A tier and S tier tournament. They'd created an infinite tiebreaker situation. And eventually, they just decided to say, screw it, and flip a coin to see who would win. I think I remember that happening. A Kremlin drop coming in. I mean, it's only one villager, so this is a pretty crafty move by Wham, actually. But Anno, look at this. The shivs are out. Uh-oh. Actually, no, I remember where we had a coin flip in Dota 2. It was to decide who would actually get the favorable placement in the playoffs brackets, which is really important, at the Saudi event. And we came on stage, and my Saudi co-host flipped a coin. And that we zoomed on the camera. Oh, so meaningful. Damn, what a read by Wham, though. He brings extra workers over. Helpers are already on his side. Should be able to get the shivs out and the injured. Oh my god, what? He pulls all. There's only 3 workers that aren't here from Wham's side. That is ridiculous. The scholar pull, I mean, it makes sense. What is happening in this game? More villagers coming in. Remember, Anno has got the scholar, but he needs to position it right. Otherwise, he loses. But my god, is he looking like he's winning right now? Torches come out. He gets in the way. Shuffles away the injured. Skull's going to keep healing. Has he not lost them? He's already lost one a bit earlier, but since then has been holding on to them. The Scholar needs to get back to healing. I think... Has he done it? Yeah, he cancels it. He realizes it's not going to work. It's just not worth it. What the hell is this game? Anno Chad gets a much-needed up. He even hangs around to try and actually gather deer in the area. Shivs down a worker finally in response. Wait, Anno. Whoa, wow. What is this game? Oh, this is pure brilliance. That dirty formation shuffle as well. Got him away from danger. Remasked so quickly. He's still going for this. I get the logic. It's like Anno has idled himself a lot now. And Wham's like, well, he's got 15 idle. I've got 8 idols. So if I can drag him around more, it's worth it. Golden Gate now in the way. I think the thing you have to remember, though, is like Anno also has had fishing the whole time, right? So like that helps him out a lot. This is like the most ridiculous beginning I think we've had to Himeyama in a long time. Wait, Wham. I mean, I assume that's just because he's pop locked. Yeah, like for a second I was like, that's not a hunting cabin. I mean, you wouldn't build a hunting cabin here anyway. So yeah, he will walk back now with deer in hand. Dome of Faith now on the way. This is just ridiculous. We've got a Dome of Faith in the middle of the map. The weird thing is, in like some ways, this is efficient if you wanted to garrison them in the dock. I just don't really know why you'd want to garrison them in the dock. Fair to say that Anno can't really afford to lose this central area now. Oh my god. I feel like there's so many predictions we should have had that would have all been like, people would have got them wrong. Like, which landmark is Wham going to build this game? Where are they going to build that landmark? Who's going to win the villager skirmish? Where's Anatan going to build his landmark? Oh, bloody hell. Now, this is where the Delhi can sometimes feel weak, this type of build, by the way. Because he went fishing, because he's so delayed getting into this type of like play now, he has inflated his food income, but it's come at a cost of his scholar efficiency timing. So like, he doesn't have techs coming in rapidly approaching that 10-minute mark because he's delayed himself by an extra 2 minutes. He will gradually get them for free, for sure. But depending on how your opponent reacts, like, that's where they can get an advantage. And notice that I emphasize how they react, because Wham did pull all of his workers to the middle of the map and lose the landmark attempt. So he didn't really put himself in a beneficial position here. Looks like it's going to be a full move up now. So he's just going to look to actually start gathering the deer on the front line. What a weird and wonderful game this has become. Even castle turrets is pretty cool. Remember, this gives +2 to every garrison spot. Pretty cool idea. It just means that the fishing boats come anywhere near, you have an opportunity to snipe them. And you need that as well, remember, because the Delhi fishing boats are absurdly tanky at 150 HP. Dock is a drop-off for food? Yeah, but if he tries to walk up and build a dock here, these are now feudal age fishing boats. They actually hurt. And considering the difference in movement between the dock placement and the wooden fortress, it would be a little bit weird to try and do. Like, you could easily end up losing 1 or 2 workers. And that back and forth hoo-ha of you not quite getting it and you getting idled and delayed is really painful there, because you know your opponent's going to be building army. Interestingly enough, the army isn't what I would have expected. It's going to be spears, but... Oh, wait, no. I was about to say, it makes sense with the knights. I didn't realize they would be here this quick. So 2 knights already in position is going to force the spears. Not ideal for Anno. Normally you want to be into Ghazi, but this is a forced reaction. Yeah, remember, if this was just horsemen, it doesn't force you into it. You don't care. But knights, you have to react to it. And just look at the delays you're feeling, though. You know, this is what I meant about Delhi's timings being very different when they fish. If fishing production is the biggest pain, by going fishing. When I said you miss out on the scholar text, like, that is the one that kills you so often. Because remember, fishing production turns this racks into 2 racks, basically. Sounds being repeated? I think that's you. You're a little bit crazy. Combo switch now. Yeah, it does mean you're gonna have to add in another hunting cabin though, which is a bit annoying. High trade house is on the way though. Look at the speed at which Wham is playing for these age ups now. Get your numbers in. It's not great. It's not terrible though. How's Anno going to react to this? Could he rush an age from his position? He's setting up a gold outpost, so he's aware of the need to be flexible in this. Could just be that he wants to scale more scholars, though. I have seen Delhi play this from an age behind. It's not as tragic as you'd think, especially since Horse Archers got nerfed. Yeah, remember, Horse Archers used to be 12 base damage. Now with them being 10, they are a lot worse at dealing with Ghazi than they were before. know what's kind of weird is when you get games like this, it's like this epic, oh my god, what happened with the landmarks? And it's hilarious for like a minute. But then you feel the game get really slow afterwards because it's the knock-on effect. It's like, well, we weren't being efficient for an entire minute or two here. So we're really inefficient now. So we're kind of in the recuperation phase, recovering from the loss of earnings. It's like when you lose your job, but then decide to like tier 3 sub to me. You're not going to feel it straight away. In fact, no, you'll never feel it ever. You should all tier 3 sub to me. You'll never, ever feel the aftermath for that after losing your job or anything. If you have got a job, you should tier 5 sub to me. I don't think that even exists, actually. Didn't they remove the... Was it 1,000 gifted subs thing they added to Twitch? I think they took it away. I can kind of understand why. I don't know if anyone should feel comfortable getting gifted 1,000 subs. Because that feels like the type of thing that would just get refunded straight away. You can still gift 1,000? I just checked. I can only gift up to... I think it's 200. Dive in here, by the way. Whoa. Okay, this is an ambitious break. I know. Does sack his scholars for it, but that absorbs a lot of the arrow fire. Yeah, I've got the fishing boats coming across as well. More scholars are on the way. I mean, he's breaking it. Spears are getting sniped down. That's intentional, by the way. He needs the spears gone so that knights can fight. But there's so many spears to get through. The Ghazi, they jump straight on top of the workers. Able to snipe them down. Body blocks do come with the knights. We're going to save some of the lives getting home. Anatan getting a nice strike in there, though. Necessary one, considering how heavy of a commitment this was. Light Trade House is providing 119 gold to WAM. But the problem here is he only has passive gold income, which means he can't get many knights. Yeah, this is like a weird one. His High Trade House has ironically given him gold while blocking out gold. So much so, WAM hasn't even bothered blacksmith decks. Wait, you have a better credit score than me? That's true. But if you want to keep that credit score up, you need to max out that credit card giving me money. That's how that works. And then signs. Now getting the sacred sites. So Gold Gen's going to allow him to start inflating towards a tech up play. Well, I'm just doing the best he can to try and thin the herd a bit. Bloody fortified walls, always a pain in the ass though. I mean, I guess if Anno pulls 2 or 3 scholars forward, he can just peel off the injured Ghazi and always heal them. And then come back in the fight. That could be his big edge here. Spear count is looking pretty good as well. Also, Sacred Site gets locked in, then it immediately does get sniped. Ghazi will look to charge the other way. Horse archers scramble to try and get away, but that knight can't protect them. Remember, horse archers die very easy here. Fragile unit. Also, on top of that, the way he's microing, he's trying to split into groups, but it's catching him off guard. -3 horse archers. I think 1 Ghazi kill. A great fight by Anno. Now an extending lead. Ghazi will eventually beat the knight up here. I mean, that's a good trade as well. 1 Ghazi for 1 knight. A castle knight at that. You're really happy with that. And throughout all that, the sacred site wasn't taken away from him. So castle's going to be coming in very soon for Anatan. From a powerful position, actually. Villagers. Oh no, it's an overchop. Gets in. The sniper worker down. We'll respect the tower, though. No castle turrets on this one, but still painful. Especially when you know your opponent has to be thinking about age up now. While he also still has the fishing, while you haven't been able to think about relics. I mean, there's a lot of big question marks over how WAM navigates the next few minutes. He hasn't been able to raid with these horse archers. House of Learning now on the way through. I know. Rushing up with 14. He could switch into Lancer play almost immediately, actually. Lancers with home blades on the way is a big concern for WAM, considering horse archers specifically got nerfed against heavily armored targets. Oh, yeah, it's true. Like, what was that? When I looked at the gifted subs, it's like 200 plus, like, save £200 and you're gifted. I'm like, oh my God. Why are you guys not taking up these deals? Safety sort inside the dock. Is he only queuing pro scouts now? I think so. Did he get the other techs over it? He did. But he also, I think, kind of forgot about it. Considering the amount of mills extra he's had. Punching for berries so fast here. Almost looks like he's going for Imperial, but that wouldn't really make much sense with only 11 scholars. Presumably we're going to be seeing a War Elephant. Yeah, just got queued up. Ghazi are going to keep raiding on the flanks. Relics are starting to be claimed now by Anno. First one already home. Others are being guarded by Wham. Actually, they're really not. He's only guarding one relic in total. All the north side ones are open and grabbable. Wham will try to switch into them now, but it starts to feel like a too little too late type situation here. I'm expecting Anno to grab, if not 3, 4 relics. Already has got the veteran scene on those Ghazi. Scholars now already in position. He knows where they are as well, right? Yeah. He scouted them all. The only one that shouldn't be feasible is down here because his army is positioned full north. But Wham is reacting there now. Horse archers are going to chase out. Decap comes in on the north side. First War Elephant has been deployed. Okay, Wham actually may be able to get the space here to yoink back. It's just a little bit weird. Like, when you play War Elephants like this, you're not going to win straight away, but gradually you have a big advantage. It's just, in the meantime, you have to get punched in the throat a few times. You know, that's just life, guys. You try to mug an old lady, you're going to get punched in the throat. But after a few punches in the throat, you build up resilience. You've also mugged enough ladies successfully that you can actually afford your own baseball bat. And the baseball bat is going to be swung. War Elephant marches in on his own. A bold, bold boy. Wait, Spearman raid? Wait, what? Oh, no, no, not the repair on the house. Come on. Does re-scramble together with the formation shuffle, but remember, that's a broken tree line. They can keep on diving. They are veteran spears as well, so they can eradicate the knights. I mean, this little distraction's a big one. Remember, Wham is microing horse archers. That requires a lot of attention. The spears are getting better trace than they should have between the idle, the kills. I think there's an extra 4 worker kills already. And the horse archer positioning less than ideal. These fat spears are gobbling them up. Ghazi even getting in for a little bit of a whack. Anno with a healthy worker lead. As well as a healthy War Elephant count. Only 4 knights that could theoretically contest it. And horse archers just aren't going to deliver quick kills here. Yeah, especially when Mahut's being prioritized. Good read by Anatan to go for that first. Fishing boats are going to get idled out again. Still a decent amount of food here, by the way. About 1,100 food left over. Oh, sorry, not 1,100. What, 700 food? I say as he loses all but 1. Whoops. The relic game, I'm kind of surprised. Wham actually has an opportunity to get a second relic here. That's a pretty big deal considering how grim things looked a minute or 2 ago. Still, he has got this issue of 1 unit comp. You know, it's very one-dimensional what we're seeing. To make matters worse, look at this. I know, the fact that he managed to maintain military lead while going for a castle drop. Huge boon, huge advantage. Villagers are going to be moving out now. Horse Archer trying to decap the northern sacred site. Is going to struggle with that. Wow. Isn't going to happen again. This time, he will garrison inside the outposts. Ghazi happy to hang around, though, with a 5 ranged armor. Oh, wow. I don't think he saw that either. It's a castle not known about. That's a bigger problem now. That little raid on the south side has forced Wham to react. It means the castle for Anatan will be going up. Just feels difficult the way Wham's forced to play the game now. All these flank resources. Remember, this was a no pro scout build, so that's the trade-off. You know, especially for Roost, the reason why pro scouts still can make sense a lot of time is the investment into a wooden fortress is very expensive. It can make sense due to the extra garrison slots, but the initial cost is very high. Especially if you know you're going to rush through those resources fast. Weird relic there from Adam. Don't know where that dude was going. He wanted to learn, dude. He just wanted to learn some things. He's kind of unwelcome here, though. We don't take kindly to trinket carriers. Castle does get revealed. Wham now knows about it. His army is trying to break the south side, but there's nothing here but a scout. This might be a problem. Horse archers also just getting wasted. End up diving under the castle. Good intercept. Mass archers find the knights. His army is steering north. I know. We'll look to pull away with workers and the war elf. Yeah, no, we ain't running into that. We've all seen how that story ends in the past. That's the quickest way to lose a game with mass horse archers. Good positioning from Anno. Reminder, guys, this is potentially his last game. He needs a win here to stay alive. He's playing it just right. It just kind of feels weird how hard it is these horse archers to now find their target. It should be, on a map like Himiyama, fairly easy to raid in. I think Anno has just been ahead of him, reading where those raids are going to be and also clearing the areas of resources before they could arrive. So Wham has got a plan, though. He's going to stop piling more horse archers because he's going Imperial. Speskaya seems likely here. And he will oblige 26 to now rush the landmark up. Anno, however, is looking to mirror the play. Yeah, he's going to the Imperial too. 22 scholars, in fact. Pretty good count for it. This is not a quick kill, by the way. Just to really iterate that most of this army is doing 1 damage per shot. It's our academy to follow. Okay, so Anno just looking to outfood his opponent, which does make sense considering Wham has played pocket economies. And the deer's almost ran out down here. The deer's practically gone here. We already took out the berries over here. And you can't really go this far out for food. The boar is also quite risky. So there is a need for farms coming in for Wham. You just saw his food income plummet, in fact. While Anno's is about to rocket up. It's our academy complete. Remember, this generates food based on every tech researched. He's already going to be getting about, I'll say in the range of 160, 200 food per minute already. Yeesh. And what does Anno do with his newfound resources? More war elephants. It's breeding season in India. Already up to 228 food income. Reminder, by the way, he has got 24 scholars, so additional techs will be coming in really quick. 15 here, minute on getting animal services. Remember, that's a tier 3 blacksmith tech that's only taken him 1 minute 45 in total. 342. This landmark is kind of crazy how it creeps up on you. A warlord attempt is a bit ambitious there. Just to switch over into the docks, that's got plenty more health left. He's just biding his time. No overreaction. He's just going to wait until his army's fully juiced. We've got, what, biology in 2.5 minutes. We've got time bonds in just 45. Sheesh. We have at least got mounted training coming in from Wham. But this is wholly just the horse archer strategy. It's very one-dimensional. And this type of strategy has been nerfed. Especially against 960 HP elephants. Oh, good lord. He springs into action. Gallop activated, but Lamau, what is that damage? No. Alright, he needs incendiary fast. Imperial horse archers are good versus war elephants. 14 damage versus 12 armor says no. They are really bad against war elephants. Yeah. Even with Incendiary, they're not very good. Even with +3, they're not very good. This is just not an effective cannon. I mean, the cannons is a cool idea. Bombards can be. But you aren't high armory, so each bombard is really expensive. Meanwhile, war elephants, very cost efficient. I'd like to point out this is about to get worse. Biology is just a minute away. Streltsy can be, but the big problem people have with Streltsy is A, they take a long time to scale into. B, in this situation, you're up against mass archers. So when you combo meal those two, Streltsy is very hard because archers will always outrange you, especially Pake's archers. And if he goes for silk bowstrings, which is easily done as the deli because, you know, not a very expensive tech. Look at that. That whole no price on it thing. That's the big problem you run into. It's like Streltsy will just get eliminated with ease. Yeah, for Wham, for him to justify Streltsy, he'd need to be at like 170, 180 pop already. And that's before we talk about the food cost, by the way. Mangonels will deal the archers, but you need to get adjustable crossbars, which is expensive again. And also, you don't deal with war elephants. You know, the cannon idea makes sense because it's the only thing he has that can technically beat war elephants. But even with the fact they get bonus against elephants, they do 105 damage. And these elephants, they would take 12 hits to die. It's a lot. And that's without calculating healing in the involved in the factors, by the way, which will eventually come. Once he's finished getting these techs in, he'll be able to pull the scholars for healing. Oh, you mean war elephant plus war elephants plus mangoes? I think if you do that, you lose to mass bombards. Like archer war elephants makes a lot more sense. Small group is going to split off around the back. Bit greedy here from Anno. But even with those losses, it's still 38 archers and way too many war elephants. Yeah, this right here. This is the medieval tank. You used to always say that, like, what, cavalry was the medieval tank, but no. This is the true medieval. This right here is the King Tiger tank of the medieval age. In they go. Bombards hiding at the gate. As Incendiary, this is as good as it's going to get for Wham. It's taking ages just to kill one of these. The A clicks are helping him a lot, though. Like, Anatan's wasting a lot of time hitting the base. Does move over now. War Elephant's getting ranged, though. Uh-oh. Do splash damage, do stab. It's a problem. That one elephant just chasing off the bombards. Will get sniped down. But Anno, look at the numbers. He just has so much military. And the idol, you're feeling it. Wham, he has no food, no wood. No way. Elephants. Remember, even if you don't headbutt them, the spearman is going to attack the bombard. So he snipes two of them straight away. That pretty much is your answer gone. Like, even if you now clear out these elephants, there's a Ghazi wave coming, and Wham has 0 dimension to his comm to deal with that. Pretty awesome game. Anno, after denying a Kremlin drop that would have screwed the boots for him, he's able to mount the elephant into a victory. Yeah, no doubt about it now. There's really not much left for him to do. Wham just with huge idle economy and nowhere to go. Nowhere safe anyway. Means that Anatan will get a stay of execution here. He still has to keep playing perfect Age of Empires 4 to stay alive. But the mountain has begun to be climbed. The question now is whether he's actually locked in the harness and is stable, or if he's about to fall into the abyss. I think Wham's just processing the L. Because he hasn't been hit with a final blow yet. But if you look at the map and everything happening, it's pretty obvious what's about to go. Oh no! Did you shoot that elephant with a cannon? Oh, be careful. You might make it mad.